Let's get into the depth of interview preparation. And for this, I want you to remember one simple rule: alignment. Interviews are not about telling others how awesome you are and what amazing work you have done. It is about creating an alignment with who you are and who is it that they are looking for. That's it. And if you focus on this, you can crack any damn interview. What do? A couple of days before the actual interview, we would sit down and create this alignment on paper, not in your head because it doesn't stay, in writing on a piece of paper. It is possible that while you're watching this video, you don't have any interview set up for yourself, or maybe you're not actively looking for a job. That's fine. Pick up an example job description from any job site which is closest to the role that you might be looking for in the future. Use that as a basis for this. So here's how we go about it. Draw a table with 3 columns. 3 columns, and the first column will include the job specifications which you can pull out from the job description. Usually a JD has 10-12 job specifications. Pull them and write them row by row in the first column. Pull out the job specification also from the paragraphs. Usually we don't pay attention to those details, but if there's anything specific that causes that attracts your attention, pull that and write it down here as well. So the second column, what we will do is write down how your experience aligns with every single job specifications in 2 or 3 bullet points. For example, your job specification is about your experience with executive stakeholders. In the second column, write down what level of stakeholders you've worked with, across what domains, what business units, how many years, so summary of your experience in 2 to 3 bullet points. Do not dump sentences, do not dump paragraphs, because you won't remember them. And I want you to walk into that interview room with absolute clarity in your head. Bullet points are a rock solid way of doing it. Last column, illustrate examples. So when we talk about your experience with executive stakeholders, look back in your life and think, was there any problem that you faced with executive stakeholders? And how did you go about it? So the third column is about you writing a powerful case study, a real life example about what problem you faced, what solution you came up with, and the impact that you ended up creating. Now that impact should carry a good weightage. It should not be very light. It just happened, something happened. It should talk about hours saved. It should talk about increase in revenue. It should talk about simplification. It should talk about standardization. It should talk about best practices. So make sure that the impact is heavy enough to show what value are you bringing to the table. With this alignment, as you walk into that interview room, you'll have every single thing that you need to answer the questions that will be thrown at you in that room.